G'day guys, what a weekend of football it was. Crazy games, amazing efforts, and hey, we're going to review my Supercoach team for round one. So let's get straight into it. Now I've got to say, I'm actually really happy and excited with how my team went. In the league I spoke about last video, I came third overall. I got 2,318, which is in the top 10%. My round one rank is 15,282. All in all, 95% of our Moneyball picks from last week really did well. So let's check out our team. Obviously, I've got to gloat a little bit about a couple of these picks. Because to start off with, my back line, apart from Jordan Ridley, who I'm not going to trade this guy. I honestly think he'll do well. He'll average over 100 again. We'll watch him. If next week he doesn't do so well, maybe we will trade him. So I'm in a conundrum. I'm hoping and begging that he does a lot better. But if he doesn't hit that 100, 120, 110 even, I think we'll look at trading him. Jaden Short, extremely happy with his pick. I think 109. If you can average that, I'm wrapped. People were saying he had a bad game. In all honesty, if you have a bad game and get 109, you're going to be in my team every single season. Now, one of the picks I want to gloat about, Sam Doherty, 144 points. That goal he kicked was amazing. I couldn't be happier for another person than I am for Sam Doherty. For what he went through with his cancer, obviously his injuries, he's back to like tier 1 form. He's the premium defender again. He's going to keep that. I think he'll be consistent. I'm so wrapped I picked him. I pumped him up last week. And I wasn't even afraid. I wasn't sitting there and doubting my selection. I just think good on him. Really happy with him. Couple of sort of Lockie Whitfield could have done better. Same as sort of Jordan Ridley. I'll watch him. I'm not angry with him because obviously first game back, I think he should average over 100. So if he doesn't get 100, 110 next week, he may get traded. I'm not looking at trading anyone from round one, maybe one player, which we'll talk about later, but I don't know who I'll go for because I kind of think that this team has a potential, if I actually use the subs correctly and I have the right people on the field, to get those 24, 2500s, especially when we're going to up price some of these rookies when they make us a bit of cash. George Hewitt, I mean, I said last week I didn't know who the guy was. After I recorded that video, I actually realised he was from Sydney. Did I say his name right? That's how bad I am. George Hewitt. 131 off the back line. I mean, that's what everyone was talking about. So if he can average over 100 again, I think 100 to 115, I'll be really, really happy. McCartan, same thing. I didn't expect him to do. Honestly, he got more than I expected, so I'm really happy with that pick. De Koning from Geelong, I watched him play against my mob. My mob didn't do well. Let's not talk about the actual football. Supercoach is why we're here. But, I mean, he looked like he belonged. I thought he should have got more. Honestly, I think he had 36 at quarter time. I'm pretty sure he had him real early, and then he just dropped off. I guess the game was finished before half time, so not too sure. But again, I'm going to hold him. I think he'll do more. I reckon he should average 50 to 60. He should. Hinge, I didn't watch that game, but I'm happy with 50 from a first-year player. I think if he can average that, he's going to make me, you know, 50, 60, $70,000, and then we'll trade. My midfield, I talked them up, and I was so happy that they all did this well. My captain, and again, I didn't do the loophole. I actually don't understand the loophole very well, so if you know how to do it, please in the comments tell me how. But McRae, I had 133. I had him as captain. I've actually changed it now because I'm trying to work out how to do the loophole. So I've changed it for round 2. But I had him as my captain, so 266. First match of the round, so there's nothing else I could do. But I was wrapped. I think he's a shoo-in to be one of the best premium players in the league again. Took Miller, 137. I was extremely happy with that pick. Again, he was a money ball. I know him. I've seen him. I've watched him. He does really, really well. But I'd never picked him before. So I'm really happy with that pick, and I think he'll average that premium points. Lockie Neal, 140, back to his absolute best. I think Brisbane will be the team to watch this season. I honestly think that they may make it all the way to the granny. I don't know if they'll win it, but I reckon they're the team. They have the players. you know, if Joe Danaher can kick goals like he's known to do, and if he can become consistent and injury-free, which, again, from an Essendon supporter, it breaks my heart. But I hope he does it. I really do. I think they'll do really, really well. And Rao. We pumped up Rao last week, didn't we? 157. Matty Rao's break even before the round started was -31. We talked about how he has the potential to get 200, 180. 157 in round one. If he stays injury free, mate, he's going to be he'll be up near McRae. He'll be 600,000 by the end of the season. Berry, look, I was happy with 67, his first match back from his injuries. I think we'll watch him again next week, and I mean, he's going to get a price increase because of how low they expected him to do. So he may be the guy that I trade up for a cash, you know, might be the next cash cow. Horn Francis, again, Francis Dacos, I couldn't have asked for more. 75 and 98 on debut. Nick Dacos, oh my God, how smooth is he to watch? And he's a Collingwood player, so it hurts me. Again, I'm not a fan of the club, but I mean, I don't hate them like I hate Richmond. But he is going to be something to watch for the next couple of seasons. But yeah, I'm just wrapped with those two picks. Ward, again, first game. You can't expect all your rookies to do 98, 75, 127 or 114. So I'm going to watch him. And I think, depending on how he goes, he's one that I may trade next week. I've got Stevens on the bench, McDonald on the bench from Hawthorn, and the one player who hurt, and I don't know whether he got injured because I didn't actually watch this match, but Owens from St Kilda. It doesn't say he's injured. Was he the sub? Can anyone tell me in the comments? Because in all honesty, he got 2 points. How do you get 2 points? I'm not saying I would have got more. I wouldn't have. So don't say in the comments, oh, you've never played AFL. I know. But how do you get 2 points unless you literally played like 3 minutes? So that's probably the one player who at the moment I am looking to trade. I don't know who I'm going to trade him for. There are a couple of options. I may even just hold him because, in all honesty, if he gets 50, 60 next week, then all of a sudden he's worth keeping because he's going to increase his value. My ruck, can you have a better ruck than what I've got? Let's be honest. I mean, there's maybe, you know, like, let's be on, Gawn could have done a lot better, but 92, it's serviceable. He's going to average 120 for the whole season, unless he breaks a leg, which, you know, knock on wood, he doesn't. Grundy, I told you, I said in my last video, Grundy is going to get back to his best. I mean, he did have a bad year last year. He just wasn't the premium ruckman. He will be up there. And then this guy on the bench, I mean, Hayes, 127 for a first gamer, 3 goals in that third quarter. He was exciting to watch. I didn't watch the match, but I saw the highlights of him, and I talked him up. I said, he's the guy you got to have. 102,000. How can you not have a ruckman like that? He did so well. Very happy with that pick. He's the kind of guy that, look, if he got 50 and 60 a week, I would have been happy. If he can keep that up, which I don't think he will, but if he can do 50, 60, 70 a week, perfect. And then we've got our forward line. Dunkley did what he always does. I got told off a couple of times for my video last week saying that he was coming to Essendon. I know, calm down, Bulldog supporters. I know he's not coming. It's okay. I was just as wishful thinking, but I think he's just lock him in. He's going to stay in that forward line if he stays injury free again. Very happy with that pick. Butters, I talked about how I didn't really know the guy. 114 again. Everyone said the potential. He possibly could get 200 points in a week. So 114 if he averages over 100. Perfect. Moneyball theory working. Excellent. Caniglio, I actually watched this match, and he looked like he had cobwebs. As in, like, he was struggling. Sorry, that didn't make sense in my head or when it came out. But I'm happy with the pick. 80 is great. I think if he can average 80, he's going to go up in value, which means that we could potentially trade him later. Or if he actually finally gets back into the way he used to play years ago and gets to the 100, 110, he'll be a keeper. My next 3 players, 70, 79 and 71, you cannot complain, especially with the price points. 256, 208 and 143. They're just like, if they can continue doing 60 to 70, their price will increase, and it just means I can trade them for better players. But I honestly think that their pro players here might stay. Like, Zeri has a potential to be just like Hayes, raise his value to 400,000-500,000 and continually average 80 to 90, especially with the way they're playing. I think that that ruck forward player, perfect for this sort of era. Now, this guy right here, 114 on debut for my mob. The only positive that came out of that game for Essendon, Nick Mutton. He wasn't in my original side. I didn't have him. About 2-3 hours after I woke up on the Wednesday, someone said he'd been picked, and I thought, I've got to have an Essendon player. Besides, really, I've got to have one more Essendon player, and he's a first-year player. I hadn't seen him play. I didn't watch him. I don't think he played in the practice match I watched, but I picked him, and I couldn't be happier. That was not a Moneyball theory at all. That was me going, I need someone from the Bombers. And 114, will he do that again? No. There's no way in hell he's kicking 5 goals and getting 30 disposals again. If he could average 50 to 60, just like the other rookies we've spoken about, he will increase so much. In fact, I'm sure if you click on him, it tells you how much they're going to increase in price. No, I saw that before, increase in price. No, but I mean, just off that one match, if he averaged that again, he's increasing 150,000. But I don't think he'll do that. So don't say in the comments that there's no way in hell he's going to average 114. That's okay. But if he could average 50 to 60, 1 or 2 goals a week, we would be wrapped. And then Dixon, again, I didn't watch this game. I think this was the last match of the round. Got to be happy with 42 from a ruckman and a rookie ruckman. So again, overall, really happy with how we went. Came third in our league. I think that a lot of these players will be consistently getting what they're scoring, apart from obviously Hayes and Martin, who aren't going to go at 127 and 114 every week. But the one player who we're worried about, Owens, I'm going to hold him one more week. I'm not doing any trades this week. There are no rage trades. Obviously, we're not losing any matches. I'm happy with top 10% for round 1, especially with my Moneyball theory and the fact that I have no idea what I'm doing. I'd never heard of any of these rookies apart from... No, I'd never heard of any of these rookies. So I'm extremely happy with this. If you guys have any players that you think I should watch out, please say it in the comments. I'll reply to everything. We're keen to keep going, and I hope that round 2 is just as good, if not better than this one. And I hope I don't regret not getting rid of Owens. Anyway, have a good one. On to round 2. Cheers.